When it gets too dark, I will be your light. That's my job as your coach. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Great to see you. I'm your girl, Jeanette Smith, certified life strategist and mindset coach. And I'm so glad to be with you this Monday. It's great to see everybody in the chat room. What's happening? Beautiful morning. What's happening, Miss Pamela? Vonda, hello to you. Michelle. Hello. Good to see you all. Helen, great to see you. Shouting out the Empowerment Tribe family. Savalis is in the house. Connection. Good morning. I'm so glad to see you all. And I was asking, was everybody dancing? What's up, Neil? Coming in on Periscope. Great to see you. I was asking you all if you were dancing because I had to remind myself, hey, wait, no, this is the part where I dance. We work it out and dance. So it's great to see everybody. Oh, Betty. Hello, Betty. Great to see you. Glad you said hello. For those of you who are new, I would love, love, love to know that this is your first time or you're a repeated drive-byer. That would be great to know. I'd love to know where you are watching from. And if you are new, so just drop it in the comments, even if you're a replay viewer. Love to know who's watching, where you're watching from. Helps me shape content so I can make sure that you are getting what you need. Well, as you all know today, the topic is about holiday hacks for happiness. Holiday hacks for happiness. And beyond me just loving a lot of alliteration, this is such a timely conversation right now, right? I mean, no matter what type of holidays you are celebrating, it can bring about some things because, first of all, we're in a pandemic. We hadn't quite done holidays like this before. And then it triggers other things sometimes for folks. It can be of holidays past. It can be about having to be with your family. Sometimes it's a fun thing, but you're a little nervous because there's so much to plan. You get overwhelmed that way. Or sometimes, being with some family members isn't that great. Let's just be honest. It can make you a little anxious. And so if you've been experiencing any of those things, any kind of anxiety, any type of, insomnia, because your mind is just going 100 miles an hour, even if it's not because of bad stuff you're thinking about or marinating in, whatever that is, we want to just make sure that there's a few things that we're doing, that we're checking in throughout this holiday season so that we can stay balanced, that we can stay aligned, that we can get the most out of it this time around, even in a pandemic. And so with that said, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you, Leola. With that said, I want you to know that these hacks, some of them are my personal, some of them I share from Psychology Today, but they're all aimed at kind of touching on different parts of you. So holler back at me in the chats. Let me know if some of these things have worked for you or if this is something new that I'm introducing to you, because I would love to know that as well. So again, we're talking about these holiday hacks to help protect our happy. And it's important that we protect our happy because at the end of the day, remember this, holidays come and holidays go. So you don't want what's left over to last beyond the holiday, right? I think that's one good thing to remember is that holidays will come and go, right? And so you want to make sure that how you experience them and what the residual is that's left on you after they're gone is something that you feel good about. And so with that in mind, I want to mention my first tip, the number one tip. Oh, hello, Lisa. Great to see you. Great to see you. Absolutely. So, let's look at number one. So the first tip I want to talk about is emptying that snow globe that is your head. You remember snow globes, right? Everybody loves snow globes. Well, let me not say that. Everybody might not love snow globes. Try saying that 3 times fast, by the way. But yeah, everybody knows what a snow globe is. It's those things where you shake them up, shake, 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 shake. And then the little snow falls around and you watch that. It's beautiful. When you're a kid, you're probably more enamored with it. But think about your head as a snow globe. you're holding a bunch of information in your head all the time, but during the holidays, even more so. You're trying to plan or not travel. You're trying to plan or not Zooms. You're trying to plan, what does gift giving look like this year? You're trying to plan what do meals look like? You're trying to plan and think through all these things. The kids are wrapping up school. You're parenting in a pandemic. I got to get them straight. I didn't know there was a holiday party at Tuesday at 1. Now I got to run around and get my kids some craft stuff to make whatever they're supposed to be making. There's just so much happening, right? And so when you're like that, your head is like that snow globe with all the snow just kind of floating around and everywhere. And so that never ending to-do list that's swirling around in your head is like that snow globe that never settles down. And what you don't know is that you can have an easy fix on that. And I even have science to back me up. I have a lot of clients. I won't say a lot. I will say about a third of my clients. I have about a third of my clients that don't like to write stuff down. They just don't. They just like, I got it here. And what I'm trying to get them to understand is the science behind having it here. Just because you can have it here doesn't mean you should hold on to it there. Right? One of my favorite tools I'll share with you is Evernote. It's an online journal organizer, whatever you need it to be. It takes meeting notes. It helps me outline, my different courses and things that I do for different clients. I mean, it's a great organizational online tool. And so what I want to recommend that you do is try it. If you're this person that holds everything in your head and you're like, I got it. Just let me know. Is that you? Are you a hold everything in your head kind of person? Good morning, Dina. And yes, you can post past or present. I don't know, but whatever you ask, yes, you can post that. I just kind of briefly saw it in passing. And Anthony, good morning. Good to see you. Great to see you. Thank you for scribing. Yes, Savalas. Thank you for that's you. Okay. Thank you for being awesome. And being honest with that, Neil. Hey, what's up, Dr. Sims? You use Evernote? Yeah, isn't it a great tool? I love Evernote. So for those of you who like to hold on to stuff in your head, let's go through how you do this. I try to hold stuff in my head, but I always forget something. That's how it is. Hey, Nicole. So here's what I want you all to try. Even if you use Evernote, even if you use some other tool, it doesn't matter. Whatever works for you is great. Set a timer for 25 minutes. All right. Just try it at least once. You don't know if it works if you won't even try it once. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Sit down with your list keeper or Evernote, whatever it is, and write down everything you have to get done. Don't even try to organize it like school, home, work, personal. Just write everything down. Get it out of your snow globe head and write it down. And if you think about something later in an hour, that's fine. Just add it to the list. Sometimes right before I go to bed, I think of stuff. And I don't want to hold that in my head because my brain, part of my brain is like, we're like computers. So your brain's like, oh, I got to use some RAM to hold on to this. I don't want you to hold on. I want you to go to sleep and I want you to rest and I want you to rejuvenate, right? So just write it down because sometimes you can't sleep because as fully and deeply as you could, because you're thinking about, I got to call, Aunt Susan tomorrow and explain to her why, we're not going to be coming to her house in this COVID age or whatever it is. Right. So just write everything down. Now let's talk about, because I said I would get to you, about this whole science of the science behind the science. Oh, nope, not gratitude. We'll come back to you, gratitude. The science behind the science behind the science. Neurologically speaking, the neuroscience says you, and it works with gratitude too, you are using up short-term memory. And in your head, what you don't realize is it's like an app running in the background. Do you know what I mean? It's like you have this app running in the background. You're working desperately hard to try to remember it. And so it's, out of this book, Getting Things Done, David Allen shares the short-term memory part of your mind tends to hold all the incomplete, undecided, and unorganized stuff. Like I said, like the RAM on your computer. Your conscious mind is like the computer screen, and it's a focusing tool, not a storage place. So you can only think about 2 or 3 things at once. But the incomplete items are still being stored in the short-term memory space. And as with RAM, there's limited capacity. There's only so much stuff you can store there in your short-term memory, right? And still have that part of your brain function at a high level. Think about when your computer starts slowing down. It tells you your memory is getting full. Same thing with your brain. Most people walk around with their RAM bursting at the seams. They're constantly distracted. Their focus is disturbed by their own internal mental overload. This produces an all-pervasive stress factor whose source can't be pinpointed, right? Even if you've already decided on the next step you'll take to resolve a problem, your mind won't let it go until you write yourself a reminder in a place it knows you will find without fail. Your brain is working hard for you, but we don't want it to work harder than it needs to, right? Pam says, that's not me. Don't have that problem. Good for you. Savala says, I'm getting better and slowly finding out that a long pencil is better than a short memory. I love that. That's great. Exactly. Dr. Williams, Sims is laughing at me. Dr. Sims, laugh with me. Yes, it is interesting, right? It is interesting. It's how our brain works, and we don't even know it. We don't realize it. Pam says she used to, but after a while, she'd get frustrated. If she forgot something, then she'd feel like she failed herself. So she just writes things down now. So now you understand why. It's not because you're a bad person or something's wrong with you. You're just trying to use your brain in a way it's not set up to work. So just take the lesson. Now you know the science behind it. Free up some RAM in your brain and let your brain work for you. Empty the snow globe that is your brain. And then here, as you're working through that, think about the power of 3. I want you to honor the power of 3. The Holy Trinity, the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. A lot of good things come in 3s. Do you remember Schoolhouse Rock? If you're as old as I am, 3 is a magic number. You remember that song? Okay, so think about 3s, and then I want you to think about your most important task, your MITs. What are your 3 most important tasks? MIT. What is your 3 most important tasks, right? You can de-snow globe your head by making this master list that we talked about. But then you got all this stuff, so that can be overwhelming. And then you go, oh God, I'll never get any of it done, so I won't even try for any of it. Nope. That's not what we're going to do. You're going to take your master list because that frees up your RAM, right? Frees up your memory in your brain. And then you're going to pick 3 tasks that are your most important tasks, right? Here's the laundry list, but out of that, I'm going to pick 3 things that are my most important things to do today. Easy, easy peasy, right? So for me, I wrote down, I'm going to introduce to you the 2021 manifestation workshop. Check. I got to check on dealing with some travel tickets that I need to cancel. Boom. That's number 2. And then I need to work on some manifestation work for me. That's 3. Bam, bam, bam for today. Okay. So what is your top 3 things? Figure it out of that long laundry list that you created and pick your 3. Right. And don't let it be like, oh, my 3 top work things I need to get done and my 3 top personal things. Nope. Mix it all together because your brain, again, you're going to start gumming up your RAM. So just pick the 3 most important things. One may be work, one may be personal, one may be something else. It may be about injecting fun into your life. It might be a self-care thing you need to put to the list. It doesn't matter. Just list the 3 things that you're going to focus on the most for today. And you can always do more than just those 3 things, but think about how good you'll feel when you get those 3 things knocked out because they're your 3 most important things. All right. So that's number 2, the power of 3. Now, tip number 3, take compassion breaks. When stuff starts getting rough, when you start feeling like you're not yourself, you're starting to get snippy with people, or you're just feeling off, or meh, whatever that is, take a compassion break. You can do this even during a difficult conversation, because let's be honest, during the holidays, even if you're on Zoom, we start getting around different friends and family that we don't maybe always communicate with, or coworkers. The holidays can be stressful, so they're stressed. And at any moment, you can shift. You can have a compassion break right there in the middle of a difficult conversation. There was a line in Mad Men that says, if you don't like the conversation, change it. If you don't like a conversation, just change it. Here's a couple of tips for shifting into a compassion break. Notice that whatever's going on with you is affecting you. That's the number one thing. Realize this is affecting me. And then just kind of tell yourself, you know what? This is a difficult moment. All right, something's going on with this. And just admit it, like, okay, there's something going on right here. This is a difficult moment. Number two, remember this. Whatever that difficult moment is, you're not alone, because there are thousands, if not millions of people who are having a frustrating time during the holidays. So you're not alone. Just know that. You're not alone. So remind yourself, first, assess it. This is a difficult moment. Don't judge it. Just acknowledge it. Two, realize you're not alone. Acknowledge to yourself you're not alone, right? And then thirdly, extend some compassion and kindness to yourself. Just be kind to yourself. This might be a new behavior for some of you, honestly, but research does show that beating yourself up or calling yourself names or, that's stupid, why did I do that? Those types of things, all of that stuff just makes things worse. It's an amplifier because it keeps bringing your focus to what you didn't feel you should have gotten done, or what you didn't do, or the action you didn't take, or something you did you wish you hadn't done. It just takes your focus in the wrong direction. So prioritize your self-care and just tell yourself, you know what? Wish I had done something different. That's okay. What did I learn? And keep it moving. Keep it moving. Prioritize self-care because you deserve it. You need it. Set a time aside. It might be a walk. Maybe you just, take a walk on your lunch break, or you just step out and go to a yoga class, or maybe online, whatever you're comfortable with. Figure out a way that you can separate yourself. And during the holidays, I know, prayerfully, we're not all gathering in ways that are unsafe. But even for those of you who have big families at home, sometimes it's okay to take a self-care break. If you have to slip away to the restroom, if you have to go and just say, hey, I just need a couple of mommy minutes, and you slip into your bedroom, take time for yourself. Self-compassion breaks work. They really do work. And guys, I hear you. You don't want to say, excuse me, everybody, I'm going to go take a self-compassion break. I get it. You don't have to do that. Just slide away. Just fade to black. And then when you come back, you will have either taken a moment to do some meditative breathing, or just let your brain get on your phone and check out for a second. Do something that's going to help align you, mind, body, and spirit, and then come back, jump back into it. All right, let's go to tip number 4. I know y'all are laughing at me. Compassion breaks. They're so important, Savalas. That's you. You need compassion breaks. Absolutely. Yep, Bobby. I see you. Vonda says, I have an 11 by 14 board right in the bedroom with the most important tasks on it. It's a weekly task board marked with colors that indicate the importance. That's great. My tasks are dated, and I include the money I receive and what bills are due, especially doctor's appointments. Then I act accordingly if I need to. That's great. You have your system. That's perfect. It works for you. That works for you. And I love that. Find the system that works for you. Great. Thank you for sharing, Vonda. Tamara's waving. Hey there on YouTube. So yes. That's the key. Take compassion breaks, right? So let's go through 1, 2, 3 again. Empty your snow globe head. Get all the tasks out so that your RAM isn't jammed up, all your memory in your head. Number 2, honor the power of 3. What are the 3 MITs, your most important tasks? Write those 3 things down. You can do more than 3, but how happy are you going to be every day when you get your 3 most important things done? 3, take self-compassion breaks during the holiday. Do it. You don't even realize you need it. That's usually how it works for me. Like, I don't even realize I need it. I think I'm good. And then all of a sudden I start going, maybe not. And then I have to power it down. Number 4, think of this once a day. Gratitude, right? Think of gratitude once a day. Once a day. So important. Now, if you all are, if you all know me, we talk about gratitude quite a bit here. And it is one of the things that, honestly, you should make it a part of, not just a practice for the holidays, not just a mental hack for your holidays. You should make this a part of your everyday life. Make it a part of your everyday life. Why? Because there's so much benefit. And we're going to talk about even the scientific benefit behind gratitude. Yes, thank you for scribing. Appreciate that, Savalas. The most important tasks. And gratitude. So when we're talking about gratitude, the absolute best thing you can do is build it into your day twice a day, 3 times a day, at least once a day. At least once a day. I said 2 or 3, but at least once a day. According to Gratitude Works, a 21-day program for creating emotional prosperity, gratitude has one of the strongest links to mental health and satisfaction with life of any personality trait, more so even than optimism, hope, or compassion. Can you believe that? They've seen results that state that practicing gratitude is even more powerful than optimism, hope, and compassion. Wow. Grateful people experience higher levels of emotions such as joy, enthusiasm, love, happiness, and optimism. And gratitude as a discipline protects us from destructive impulses like envy, resentment, greed, and bitterness. People who experience gratitude can cope more effectively with everyday stress, show increased resilience in the face of trauma-induced stress, and they recover more quickly from illnesses and enjoy a more robust physical health and lifestyle. That's what gratitude does for you from a scientific level. Now, add to that what we know about it from a spiritual and a soul level. Good grief. You're sitting on a superpower. You are sitting on a superpower. So important to incorporate gratitude into your everyday life. And it doesn't work if you focus on gratitude like just once in a while. I did it Monday, I'll do it next Monday. It's not that kind of thing, because the effects of gratitude wear off. Because it's releasing, first of all, it's releasing certain hormones within your body. So you're having a physiological reaction, but it's also, you're building on that, right? So if you just do it once and in a while, it's just going to rub off or wear off, right? And then you'll start taking things for granted again. And then you have to work back up. Think of it as a muscle. When you don't use it, you lose it. So you want to keep using your gratitude muscle no matter what. 1 to 3 times a day. And I even have a little bonus gratitude exercise that we can try right now. As it turns out, though, I want you to know some more interesting details when it comes to gratitude. And that is that you can actually get the benefits of gratitude even if you can't think of something to be grateful for. Because let's keep it honest. Sometimes you're sitting there, you know what I'm talking about. You're trying to be grateful, but all hell has broken loose. And so it's kind of hard to shift your focus. You're like, I know I have things to be grateful for. I just can't bring them up right now. Right? Anybody ever have those moments? So what you can do is just keep practicing gratitude. All right. So out of the upward spiral, using neuroscience to reverse the course of depression, one small change at a time, you learn this. It's not finding gratitude that matters most. It's remembering to look for gratitude in the first place. Remembering to be grateful is a form of emotional intelligence. One study even found that it actually affected your neuron density in both the ventromedial and the lateral prefrontal cortex. These density changes suggest that as emotional intelligence increases, your neurons in these areas become more efficient. With even a higher level of emotional intelligence, it just simply takes less effort to be grateful. The fact that you even practice it. So don't feel bad when you can't think of something necessarily. The fact that you are trying even increases your capacity so that it gets easier next time. I know, powerful, right? Gratitude is that thing. That's that superpower. It's that superpower. So in the middle of everything this holiday season, I know it sounds like a cliche, but you have the science now to back it up. It actually pays to have a practice of gratitude in your life. And I said we were going to try one. So here's your bonus gratitude exercise. This is something that I've come up with, and I shared it with some coworkers a couple weekends ago. It's the have to versus get to. Have to versus get to. You know what I mean. You go through your day and you find yourself saying, I have to do this. I have to do that. Now I have to do this. Oh, yeah, wait, no, I can't. I have to do this. I forgot I have to do that. Right? Have to. In this time, what we should remember is there are some people that would love to do our have to, and they would look at it as a get to. You get to do that? You get to go talk to your family members? You get to go to work? You get to think about it. Think about it. Think about it right now. What are some of the things that you put a have to on that other people would say, you get to? And then shift your focus. You have to go to work. You get to go to work. There's some people that wish they had a job to go to now. I have to, talk to my in-laws. You get to talk to your in-laws? That means that you have in-laws to talk to. You get to do that. And maybe it's not the best situation, whatever that is, but you get to make it different. You get to coach your way through that. In fact, change. You get to. What are some of the things that you say have to about that you're pretty sure there's somebody out there that would say you get to? If you want to put it in the chat, that'd be fun. Let's play. Caitlin says, yes, learning how not to automatically point out deficiencies. It can be tough though, right? It can be so tough, but worth it. Thanks for sharing, Caitlin. Worth it. What are the things that you say have to about that other people would say you get to? We talked about some of you may be saying it about your spouses or sig others. I have to deal with that person. You get to? Because what is the flip of that? Right? So just think about that. If you don't want to play, that's fine right now. But think about that. Use that. I would love to know if that helps you shift your focus from I have to do this to I get to do this. That will increase and ramp up your gratitude. Okay? All right. The last tip is stay in the present. Stay in the present. Keep focused on the present. If you know me and you are around my streams at all, or if I coach you, you know this is a big part of why the work we do works, because we stay present. Keep focus on the present. If you find that you keep ruminating and marinating about previous holidays or what so-and-so said to you the last time, this, that, or the other thing, or what they did, or what somebody did that upset you, just stay present. Here's one of my favorite kind of mantras. That was then, this is now. Feel free to employ it. That was then, this is now. Employ that if that works for you. That was then, this is now. Because sometimes those things can keep us PTSD and back to past holidays where we're haunted by that thing that so-and-so said over the table, or that thing they did, or how they treated me, or how I thought they should have treated me and they did, those types of things. So think about it. Think about it. How can you stay present? Caitlin says she has to go to work and do so much work, or I get to attend a fully funded master's program and do great work. That's perfect, Caitlin. Thank you for sharing from that last exercise. That's a perfect example of have to versus get to. She can say, I have to go to class and I got all this work to do, or she's in a fully funded master's program and she gets to do great work and learn and grow. How many people would love to trade places? See how just that shift pulls you into gratitude. Just that shift. Vonda says, I have to plan where money goes. I have to go to the doctor and all of this. You get to. Yeah, you got money to plan. Some people wish they had money to plan. They'd love to pay bills, to be able to pay bills because they have money. I remember going through different times, even in my early adulthood, saying, I get to pay bills. I'm thankful that I have money to be able to do that. And you want to grow from just paying bills, right? But in all things, you can find something to be grateful for. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Vonda. Miss Helen says, I have to babysit my great-grandchildren, but I also get to spend quality time with them. Absolutely. Perfect example. You're going to have input on their little minds. You get to shape what they think. You get to shape their minds and how they express themselves and how they handle things. You get to be their little coach and put positivity in them. That is an awesome honor anytime we're around little people. That's great. I love that. Awesome job. Staying present, that last tip, is going to be really helpful during the holidays because holidays naturally pull nostalgia out of us, right? They naturally pull us to, the ghosts of Christmas past and different things. No matter if it's not Christmas, if it's Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating, whatever holiday you're celebrating or not, these times tend to be filled with nostalgia, even if you're not participating, because that's just kind of the sentiment the world becomes a part of, even if it's the commercial part. So how do you counterbalance that? You stay present. What do you have today to be grateful for? And if you catch yourself slipping negatively into a backtrack, think about this. That was then, this is now. How do I stay in now? That was then, this is now. How do I stay in now? Betty says, I have to stay safe in the house, but I get to enjoy my beautiful warm home. Absolutely. That is awesome. I love that one. Because all of us have had to deal with that, right, Betty, with the, COVID conditions. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I really haven't gone anywhere but this apartment since end of February. And how in the world that could have been very different if I didn't have my mindset right. Right? We engaged in so much great content. We got to share. My new puppy, she helped bring the entertainment factor. So many things that we can be grateful for. So many people who wish to have a warm house, like you said, right, Betty? So that is an awesome share. I'm glad you saw that one. Great example. Savala says, this is great. Great. This shifts us from entitled to grateful. Very, very different mindsets. Same circumstance. Absolutely. And when you do that, understand how masterfully you become with this thing called your mindset. Your mindset is where you align things, right? The psychology behind it is how we think through those things. When you can get involved in the kitchen, cooking, around your psychology, how you decide to think about things, how you interpret them, how you respond to them. All of those things help you create a mindset that will help you not just get through the holidays, but help you grow, glow, and, level up in every area of your life. And that's what we're after. That's what we're after. We don't want to just get through the holidays. We do want to get through them, but we don't just want to get through the holidays. We also want to be building on strategies and building on platforms that will help us in every area of our life. Better decisions for better living. That's what it's all about, right? Way to play today, y'all. Listen, I have something exciting to tell you about, and I don't have, details for you to jump in on right now, but I want to tell you what's coming. I want you to marinate on this. I want you to really think about this. This is going to be something I'm doing for a very select number of people. It's going to be very limited. And it's going to be very limited because I want to give my very personal attention. All right. So check it out. Build your 2021 manifestation plan. Build your 2021 manifestation plan. And you can see that plan is an acronym, then PLAN. Now, what does that mean, Jeanette? That means we are going to be working on some stuff for 2021 now. Within the next 10 to 12 days, I'm going to be getting together with a small group of people, and we're going to work on your plan. I love vision boards. I do vision boards. But vision boards alone are only one part of a manifestation plan. By the way, we're not doing vision boards. But for those of you who like to do them, keep doing them. They're great. We are working on a plan. We are working on a plan. So what does that mean, Jeanette? Plan. Here you go. PLAN, plan. We're going to define purpose. We're going to create launch strategies behind the purpose and role for this season of your life coming up. We're going to align your dream team because you can't do anything without support and help. And we're going to challenge our norms. That's what usually holds us back, is that we get so comfortable with our norms that we don't challenge ourselves to do something new. You keep getting the same thing because you keep doing the same thing. But what if you were brave? And what if you leaned into uncomfortable spaces and places? What if the person that you are, who does things good, took a chance, took a risk, stepped out and went for great? What would that look like? And what if you had the dream team you needed to support you, to give you feedback, to help you course correct? What if you admitted, I don't know it all? What if you admitted your inner chicken sometimes gets the better of you? What if you admitted that there are things from your past that either make you implode or explode at the point where you should be accelerating? What if you had the courage to admit sometimes your inner brat gets the worst of you? Those are the things that happen when we get together to create our 2021 plan. We're going to define our purpose. And what does that role look like? Because your first quarter of 2021 might be focused on one thing, and then the back end of your year on something completely different. That's why you got to create a launch strategy. That's why you got to figure out who your dream team is. And that's why you got to challenge your norms. I'm excited because it's going to be just a few people. We're going to get in. We're going to walk into 2021 already with a plan. This has been my heart's work from the beginning. It's the whole reason I wrote the book, From Dream to Reality. I usually have one stuck there. That's the whole reason I wrote the book, because I had gone through a career of over 30 years repositioning from news anchor to network show host to ministry leader, to consultant, to entrepreneur, to all these different things. And I realized if somebody would have just told me early on, you have one big purpose and you're going to do all these things through different roles, it would have been easier for me to transition or reposition. I would have seen the bigger picture. I want to help you see the bigger picture. So think about it, marinate on it. It's only for a few. It's only for those who really feel called to do this work and to get it handled. Very important. I know what you're asking. It's free, but it's only for a few. It's free, but it's only for a few. I'll have more details to come. I hope that you have enjoyed today's Holiday Hacks for Happiness. Holiday Hacks for Happiness. Now, if you know somebody that could really benefit from this, do me a solid. Share this out. Share this out. Share this out. I don't know anyone who couldn't benefit from knowing a few great mindset tips for staying sane through the holidays. We want to do more than just stay sane. We want to thrive. And it's always my goal to make sure that you get quality tips to help you manage that. Check them out, try them out. Make sure that you email me back or even type in the chat what worked for you. What have you been using that's already worked for you? I would love to know that. Caitlin says, another example is I have to quarantine and stay in my room, but I get to praise God that I survived COVID with minimal symptoms. Bless your heart. I'm so glad to know that if you had to go through the COVID experience, that you were mild, it seems, with minimal symptoms. So that's great. That's great to know, Caitlin. So glad. Yes, Miss Leola. Happy Monday. Great Monday to you, Jamel. So great. I'm glad that you like those tips. Share them out. Make sure you share the wealth, share the knowledge, and be thinking about if you are one of those chosen. Is this the time for you to build your 2021 manifestation plan? Is this your time? And you'll hear more about it. You'll know when to sign up. It'll be the first so many people. I'm praying about what that number is. It'll be the first so many people that sign up. So just be ready. Also, for those of you who are part of the Empowerment Tribe, you get first dibs because I'm going to text it out. If you're not a part of that tribe, text the word release to 22999. I'll be sending the link out to the tribe first and then out to our Empowerment Tribe Facebook group. So if you're not a part of that, you can join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/empowerment tribe. And they too will get the message on when we're going to set up shop for that. All right. Awesome day today. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I love you all to life, and I can't wait for us to get together again really, really soon. Love you so much. Everybody stay safe. Absolutely. Have a great day. Now, this. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey to help empower your mind, your body, and your spirit. I hope you've enjoyed our time together as much as I have. Make sure you stay connected. Become part of the tribe, the inner circle. Text the word release to 22999 and get all the updates on events and happenings and pop-ups that I do. Let's grow this community. Bring more hearts and minds into the room. Share the streams. Join our tribe, our Facebook group, and support through products and services that'll help you continue to make better decisions for better living. Like this resource, From Dream to Reality, Navigating the Path to Your Life Purpose. This top-selling action journal has helped thousands of people find and follow their purpose. You can get it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The link is in the post. The Empowerment Tribe is about empowering one another. So follow me on social media so I can follow you back and see what you're up to. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Periscope. Thanks again for tuning in. We are the Empowerment Tribe. Together, we are light bearers in the world. Love you to life. See you next time.